It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally
For all you to see in what you believe, 'cause I'm only human after all, and you're only human after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put your blame on me.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
The Bucks look to take charge at BMO Harris Bradley Center, and we're bringing it to you live from Milwaukee here on 2K. And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Well, guys, James Harden is a great offensive player, but there's no mistaking it. He does dominate the ball. Now, that can bother.
Thanks. He's a great passer, David. There's no doubt he can set the table. And both these teams can go deep into their benches. Chris, what's it like to play on a stacked team? A team that has a huge number of players that can start in a lot of teams in the league, but may have to come off the bench.
It just relieves a lot of the pressure. As starters, you want to try to get a lead or play well, and you hope the bench comes in and just holds off the next team or comes in with a nice pace. But when you're playing with a great team, you can actually hope that bench comes in and do better than you. You can actually hope that bench comes in and kind of raises the pace on that other team. But most importantly, what those benches do, and I know for me in Sacramento, they really keep the integrity of the team in practice every day because they're out there beating the A team. So when they put on those special jerseys that everyone hates or has to flip their jersey inside out and go up against the starters, they're playing with that confidence that they play with every game, and so you have to be prepared in practice. And so it makes every day you get better, not just on the game day. So for me, being on those teams with great benches helps you more in practice every day, which sets a culture of winning more so than just in the games.
That's an excellent insight. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Houston, the two pillars of this team, Chris Paul and Harden, are the 1 and the 2. Trevor Ariza out there with P.J. Tucker, and it's Capella in at the 5. Here's Antetokounmpo, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side. Antetokounmpo's got his first points of the game.
Nice bucket. There's no question about his skills at the offensive end.
Here's Harden, and out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession.
Well, the defense had nothing to do with that turnover. They're just fortunate. That's just plain sloppy passing.
The Bucks with a quick start to this game. Bledsoe outside. Kicks to Snell. Latrey. Eric Bledsoe, and that's good. Bledsoe's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Well, I wouldn't say that's his shot, but it's a shot he can make, and that really opens things up for the offense.
Paul with the bucket.
And that's how you answer back.
Trading bombs the last 2 possessions. They're going that way.
Bledsoe kicks to Antetokounmpo. There's the pick. Back to Bledsoe. Got a hand on it.
Oh, tremendous reach on the block by Ariza, making a real effort on defense.
Here's Harden. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Harden's got his first bucket of the night.
And setting the tone early with a strong move to the rack.
Well, you like to see a little more physical nature on defense. You have to make him earn those points at the stripe.
Here's Antetokounmpo. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And that makes them 80% from the floor early on. Let's see how long they can stay this hot.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It goes on Chris Middleton.
What makes Harden so special is his explosiveness. This guy can just turn it on whenever he wants to on offense.
And both free throws good for James Harden. And Chris, when you see Harden coming down the lane at you, there is a very short list of players who can instill that much fear. Pretty much him, Westbrook, and LeBron. Each have their own style, and Harden's might be the most refined of all of them.
Well, that's why he gets to the line so much. Speed, his handles, his ability to pull back on the three, his Euro step. When Harden gets going downhill like that, you just don't have an answer.
And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Second chance shot. It's blocked.
Yeah, but you have to like the mentality to get inside, even though they're struggling to finish.
And it's out of bounds to the Bucks as Milwaukee retains possession. Goes up off the inbound. Shot's good by Middleton.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Capella with a screen on Bledsoe. Paul passes to Ariza. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Ariza's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for three. Antetokounmpo with the ball. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Indiana.
And his shot blocking. If that isn't a man amongst boys, you could just throw the phrase out of the window.
That's a tough size matchup there, and he takes advantage of it from mid-range.
Screen by Capella. Outside Ariza. Back to Harden. Capella sets a screen for Harden. Fires the three. They get it again. Passes it to Capella. Houston moving the ball around. Ariza no up. Bucks leading by 6. And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Bledsoe. 26 points for him last game against Indiana. There's a good screen. He feeds it to Middleton. Here's Henson.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Ariza no up.
And that's the shot you want to create. They just can't get it to fall.
Well, that just shows you can do everything right sometimes, but still get the wrong result.
It's Harden with the drive, and the layup's good off the glass. Harden's got 6.
The D has to find a way to block that shot. A hand in the face of Harden simply is not good enough from that range.
Henson, a screen on Paul. Bledsoe, and the jam by Bledsoe.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that. Ariza no up.
He hasn't been his best this quarter.
There's Snell, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And the Rockets making a change here. Anderson's checked in.
And you look at the Bucks and this roster, and the one constant at every position, length. I mean, great height and wingspan. Giannis and Maker, just to name a few.
Harden outside. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And when so much of the NBA is trying to capitalize, Greg, on small ball, the Bucks said they're going to go for tall ball if they can make it work.
And what the length and height gives the Bucks is a few things. One, you get matchup advantages, at least at a few positions on the floor. Great coverage in the passing lanes. And remember now, the half court is much bigger because of the impact of the three-point shot. You need size, skill, and activity to be able to guard that far from the basket.
Gets the three-pointer to fall. 11 points in the game.
Well, he has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Snell dishes to Antetokounmpo to the middle. Here's Bledsoe. It's rebounded by Houston. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Well, on the road, you need as many contributors as you can find. The reserves definitely help fuel the win that time.
6 on the shot clock. Paul can't get it to go.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
And that one, good. That's now 8 points for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Harden kicks to Anderson. Anderson the screen. High arcing shot and the basket by Harden. Harden's got 13.
You know, this guy, his motor is always the same. No matter what the score of the game is, he always remains aggressive.
And Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look for Milwaukee. Tyler Zeller's checked in for Henson. Parker comes in for Chris Middleton. And it's Terry in for Tony Snell. Nene, he's checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for James Harden. And count it, this shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
So for the Rockets, Mbamute comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Green in for Chris Paul. Gordon with it. He's picked up by Parker. Anderson outside, out to the right wing. Bledsoe against Green. And here's Anderson from the arc. And the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
And that's just all about positioning. He gets boxed out, can't fight around it, and gets the over-the-back call.
He's showing good hustle. I mean, a little too much hustle, though. I mean, you got to dial it down just a little bit.
The Bucks making a switch here. Brown's checked in. So often there are some players who have one unstoppable move or something that they'll lean on if their team needs a basket. What did you feel your go-to move was when you were playing?
You know, I've said this many times. I just felt like my go-to move was just get a bucket. And so it depended on where I was on the floor. You know, I love the jump hook from the left block looking in. My 15-foot jumper, 17-foot jumper. I felt that if I came off a pick and roll and I caught the ball live, I could drive or I could shoot the jumper that if you were a big fella, you were at my mercy. And so, you know, those are really my spots on the floor to really try to do damage. So, you know, it's just about the point guard, the team that you're playing with, where shooters are on the floor in case you get double teamed and just kind of knowing your game. And so I felt comfortable on many spots on the floor, and depending on what spot on the floor, time and possession, that's where I was going to go and just try to be successful.
I always felt you read well. You reacted well after your read.
Yeah, because, you know, I grew up on teams where coaches, you know, would want me to do the correct play, and just because you can shoot a jump hook, your favorite shot over two people, but if you have a wide open, great knockdown shooter in the corner, you're supposed to make that pass. And so that's what I mean about, you know, what's your favorite move? It really depends on where I was, because a lot of times it was to get my shot first, and then if I knew the defense was coming, it was to identify where that next guy was going to be. So if I didn't score, I was going to get the ball to the guy that was, and it was an easy way to kind of control the pace and play from the game from that post position.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Johnson comes in for Mbamute, and it's James Harden in for Gerald Green. Anderson a screen on Parker. Anderson outside, looking to end the run. It's hauled in by Brown.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
He kicks it to Zeller. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Zeller, a screen on Harden. On the wing, Terry, guarded by Harden. Shot by Zeller, no good.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Nene against Zeller. Harden outside. Anderson with the screen for Harden. Parker with the steal. Fast break, Milwaukee. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. It's going to be on James Harden.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
The Bucks shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
Nene with the screen on Terry. Harden draws the double. Clock at 6. In the corner, it's Gordon. Another miss by Houston. Bucks leading by 14. Parker passes to Brown. Dishes to Terry. The feed to Antetokounmpo. Johnson with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Johnson. .158 left here in the first quarter. 5 to shoot. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Hits the three-point bomb.
And they are shooting the lights out from distance here early.
Timeout called the Rockets. Last time they met in Houston.
Yeah, a really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Well, their bench provided that spark. Points they may not have had otherwise. I thought that was really the difference in this game.
Johnson draws the double. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Terry dishes to Antetokounmpo. And Tyler Zeller on the bucket on the assist by Antetokounmpo. Zeller's got his first 2 points of the night. 1:14 left to play in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Gordon. The three ball, and he's good on the three ball. Gordon's got himself going there, his first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 17-7 run. Nene against Zeller. Antetokounmpo kicks to Terry. No good on the three.
Well, that's just poor shot selection. The D was all over him, and he still forced it up big time.
Good on the shot. 15 points for James Harden.
I mean, and just think about it, Kevin. With Harden, he can score from just about anywhere, even the locker room. I mean, when he's scoring from a number of spots, the D is in for a long day.
It's Terry outside, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jabari Parker. That's his first foul. Parker. Rockets trail by 12. Nene, the screen. The kick out to Anderson. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Harden's got 3 assists tonight.
Now, this is what I love, how Anderson is ready to shoot even before he gets the ball. His confidence is through the roof right now.
Here's Terry. Drills the baseline jumper. Terry's got 5 points so far.
And already with the commanding lead, a terrific offensive performance.
Oh, okay, you've done your job so far, but the question is now, can they sustain this level of energy? There's still a lot of game to play.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Oh, the D can't give Harden room off the screen. When they do, he capitalizes so easily.
And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.